Once upon a time there was a river called the Vyanah River in the village called Sakiyama of the country of Ikago. And this river bridge was always temporary building. This was because a bridge was swept away only by it having rained a little, as this river was fast-flowing river. So there was always a temporary building bridge. But the temporary building bridge made it hard to walk, especially shivery winter day. The bridge was icy, and a large number of people who slipped and fell into the river were killed every year. By the way, the outskirts of a village Sakiyama Mura, there was the Buddhist priest called Genkyo who was older than 60 years old. Every evening, Genkyo prayed to Amida Buddha and he beat with a willy and sounded a bell. He went around the village. And he left the way back on the outskirts of the bridge of the Vyanah River by all means and did the memorial service of people drowning in the river. One day in the evening, Genkyo prayed to Amida Buddha by the outskirt of the bridge. Then, strangely, the moon which shined brightly clouded over suddenly. "Let me see, I feel it is doubtful something or other." Blue flame flared up from water to and fro when I thought so. Oh my God! Was it the soul of whom drowned in the river? Genkyo still prayed to Amida Buddha and continued sounding a bell. He noticed in a few minutes that one woman stood on the bridge. She was a pale complexion, long black hair, and the lower part of the body did not look good. This must be a ghost of the person who lost the life at this bridge. The ghost of the woman approached before Genkyo. She shook a thin voice and said, "I am a person of the neighboring village named Kiku. I lost both a husband and a child, and was left all alone. I cannot live on one woman, so I depended on for an acquaintance. But I fell from on the way this bridge and have been drowned. Tonight was the 49th day from that day, but I did not yet offer the scoop of water. So I burst into tears and sadness, abandoned in the life every day. There is your thankful Buddhist invocation, so I thought, at last I can enter nirvana in this. But this raven black hair disturbed the entering nirvana and still wander in the secular society in this way." When the ghost said so, she pushed a sleeve to a face, and began to weep bitterly. "I see. Then I shave the raven black hair. You should come to my hermitage tomorrow evening." The ghost of the woman nodded small when she heard the words and disappeared straight. By the way, it was the next day. Genkyo called his friend Shichibe Kanya and talked about the ghost on the bridge, and said to Shichibe, "Okiku will come by all means tonight. Such a ghost never changes a promise. And, taking advantage of this, I want to tell everybody that the bridge is dangerous. But if there is not evidence, no one believe that my ghost story. Therefore there is a request. You are a honest person of the reputation in the village. You become the witness when a ghost came to me as promised." "Yes, I understand it. I hide somewhere, and let's decide to make sure of the ghost. I'm counting on you." Genkyo laid a new straw mat before a Buddhist altar and made the place to sit of Okiku and Shichibe were covered in the closet under the Buddhist altar when late that night. Genkyo prepared a razor and waited for Ghost to come beside the fireplace. She is too late. It was the midnight, but there was no state to appear of the ghost. Genkyo began a doze all too soon, but he felt chill suddenly and woke up. Oh! A ghost Okiku came all too soon when I opened eyes and sat straight on the straw mat with her head down towards a Buddhist altar properly. When Genkyo calmed a feeling, Okiku, thank you for coming, he said to her, but answer was. The ghost kept silent and only nodded. Then, I begin it. When Genkyo stood up and rinsed a hand, he drew water into a small tub. And he approached the side of Okiku when he had a razor. Her long raven black hair hung down over a shoulder, dripping, got a straw mat wet. When he picked it up, a drop hung down. This wet hair is obstructive and dying. But it is over tonight. Genkyo thought of such a thing incidentally while shaving the hair of the wet woman. It may become the evidence a ghost comes if I keep some this hair. However, the hair entered the breast of the woman later when Genkyo shaved hair after, strangely, shaving it off. It's just like invisible thread was attached and seemed to pull it. In this, evidence does not remain. Genkyo had begun to shave after he twined hair around a finger well. Still the hair entered the breast of the woman when he shaved off, passed through a finger. There were no hair left on the hand of Genkyo. He had finished shaving a head before long. When Okiku faced around it toward Genkyo and put the fair hands which lost weight together, she worshipped him calmly. Thank you. I can enter nirvana in this. When Okiku muttered small, she had disappeared as the figure which she worshipped straight. After Okiku disappeared, Shichibe came out of a closet. And he held out the left hand which he grasped forward of Genkyo. Genkyo, this. In the hand of Shichibe, the wet hair of the ghost seemed to remain only just a little when he saw it.